Namaskar to all of you here today. I welcome Shipra Ji on our Women Empowerment series. She's working at Roddick Consultants and she's here to share her knowledge with us today. Welcome, Shipra Ji. I welcome you to introduce yourself today.
Namaskar. Thank you, Naveena ji, for inviting me over for this wonderful session. Offline, I have heard so much, so I would connect one-on-one later after this session to know more about what you guys are doing. So about me, I am Shipra Dutta, and I take care of Urban and Industrial Development Department at Roddick. I'm heading the department, and we're doing a lot of these urban development projects and building projects. Consulting. We are in the consulting domain, and so I have wonderful set of people who are working with me. Roddick, in total, we are about 2,000 people, and in my division we have about 100. So they're all urbanists, different experts, trying to make things happen. Smart cities, for example, one of the projects we're doing is smart cities. So let's hope we are able to make some difference in the urban development sector. So it's been 20 years for me that I have been into this industry. I'm an architect by profession, graduated from BIT Mesra in 2001. And since then, I have been into various architectural, then business development, uh, then heading business unit. So the journey has been vast, and the experience has been very humbling, and I'm still learning every day. I say that I learn from even a junior architect or a draftsman or somebody who is working at the site, a mason. I learn from him as well. Even my driver, he teaches me so much. Um, so it's a growth uh, that I am imbibing every day. So that is it about me. And I love life. I love dancing. I love music. Other than my professional life, I love photography, traveling, reading, writing, and playing pranks. I pull people a lot. I play a lot of pranks with my colleagues, friends. Um, so yeah, that's it about me.
That's awesome to know, Ji. You were saying that you really love dancing and music. And are you
Yeah.
also into any kind of dance therapy? Would you elaborate on it?
Okay, so Naveena ji, have you heard of Delhi Drum Circle? It's a We started this in 2008, 2009. I'm a part of it. I did not start it. There were 3, 4 guys who got together. They started playing djembe in a circle, as the name describes, Delhi Drum Circle. And then people were added on. They would play drums in an open park, Deer Park, Horsecast Village. So I also became a part of it. I started dancing. So we would sit in a circle. All these guys would play djembe. Djembe is an African drum. And they would have a jam session for 2.5 hours, 3 hours. And I would dance to their beat and jam up. And gradually, people started joining, coming, photographers, newspaper guys, audience, drummers, dancers, and people from all walks of life, students, working class, and homemakers, anybody, uncle G, auntie G's who would come for a stroll in that park, they would also join us. And it would be a mayhem. Those 3 hours of jam session where people would dance freely, they would enjoy freely, enjoy the music. It would put you on a different platform altogether. It transcends you into a different world. So we realized what music can do to you. So as drum circle guys, we would go and do a couple of sessions at Missionary of Charity, Mother Teresa's Missionary of Charity. And we realized that whenever we did a session with the inmates, they slept very peacefully. It showed on their health improved, which otherwise, some of them were given sedatives or medicines to take care of their mental health. And sisters told us that this is having such an effective model that you guys are working on. And from there on, we realized that music can do wonders to your health. So I started as I am not trained, but since I enjoy dancing, I know I can connect to people. I am a total people's person. So I started on my own doing these little workshops of dance therapy. So I would go visit schools, I would go visit street children, my friends. There are a few companies who would call me to have a session with them. So I would do 1 or 2 hours of session with their people where people, I would make them just dance. When I say dance, you need not dance in a particular form, Kathak or Bharatnatyam or Western salsa. No, just free yourself, free your mind, shed off your inhibition, forget that there are people around you, forget that somebody is watching you, somebody is looking at you. Just believe that you are there in a space and that is your space, and you just dance with me. That is what I do in my workshops. And I've seen very positive results, the way employees have reacted, and the way employees have become positive, and kind of the engagement with the firm, with the organization has grown more. And Naveena ji, you'll be surprised. One of the workshop, I was really touched when we were cooling down in our workshop. So there was a song which I played. It's a Sufi song. I played. I just asked people after dance session was over, they sat. Some of them sat in Padmasan, some of them sat just relaxed. And I played the Sufi song and I asked them to close their eyes and just think of something which is very dear to them. And that was my way of asking them to cool down. And by the end of that song, I saw most of them had tears rolling down their eyes. Uh, whatever they had up here was, they were getting vent to that. So that has been a learning session for me too. And I think this is music, dance is one of the biggest healers, one of the biggest therapy that one can give to oneself.
Wow, that's really amazing, Shipraji. What you say is completely true. Because when we get up and dance, we're actually moving. When we move, there are positive vibes which is created in our body along with the music. And then when we kind of get merged with the music and lose ourselves in it, and we have such a nice person such as you guiding us, and when you ask a question to connect with him, I think it is just a flow.
Yeah.
So it is really very, very nice to understand how you do these dance sessions and therapies. Where do you conduct these dance sessions?
So I go to different schools, they would invite me. So in their school premises, or let's say there is a particular office, they would call me as under an employee engagement program. I would conduct it at their office premise.
Do you
So
do it
this is like
through?
a passion for me.
Lovely. Do you do it
So
through
whenever I
Roddick
get time off,
consultants or do you do it separate?
separately, this is my own something that I have always been wanting to do. I haven't taken it as a full-fledged profession because this is just a passion with me. Work doesn't leave you with much choice, but
Yeah.
whenever I get a chance, I do it.
And you do it on a voluntary basis or you do it as a therapy? Voluntary. Wow.
I have, for now, till now I have done it as a on a voluntary basis,
Yeah.
but I have been wanting to start this as a profession, a side gig maybe, um, because it requires a lot of your time, it requires a lot of your energy,
Yes.
and so maybe I could take few days off from my work and conduct these workshops. So I've been thinking to do that. Let's
That's
hope.
awesome. From your 19 years of experience that you have had as a woman in various industries that you have worked with, you being a woman, I would like to ask you a question. What are the problems you have faced as a woman, or has the industry, have the people around you been supportive in your growth? Because you seem to be such an open person, I thought I'll put this question to you.
See, this is the industry that I belong to, civil industry. It's a very male-dominated industry.
Yes.
Uh, so yes, of course, male-dominated industry, society that we're living in is very patriarchal. So people, they wouldn't know. You carry your designation, a tag, a profession, a degree with you, but when you enter a room, all they will look at is the gender that you carry. And they would think, अरे इससे तो नहीं होगा, लड़की है, कहाँ सिविल इंडस्ट्री में और कहाँ साइट पर जाएगी. So these biasness I have always felt, girl, and oh, she must be, oh, then there would be colleagues who would also think, acha, she got promotion not because of her talent, she got promotion maybe because she's a woman. So yeah, people do generalize you, people do give you tags. But by and large, I have seen if you're good, then gender really doesn't matter. In fact, of late, gender really does not matter. Um, I तो have forgotten. मुझे तो कभी कभी भूल जाती हूँ side पर that I'm a girl. So my colleagues, my peers, juniors, seniors, everybody they have been very nice and very supportive. Yeah, but here and there, you do come across such people, and all you need to do is just ignore. They don't exist. I'm very ruthless that way. For me, they don't exist at all. Uh, I think it's your attitude basically, which will take you through all these biasness, through all these patriarchal societies that you deal with.
So, what kind of attitude you carry actually makes a lot of difference, like you said. What kind of positivity or what do you tell yourself? Can you give an example?
So, you know what? I've been a very positive person, always. I believe that, okay, you have good days, you have bad days. So, today is a bad day, let's say, I sleep over them. I say, okay, tomorrow is going to be a good day. You wake up with a new thought every day. So if you brood over your bad days, you keep brooding over what went wrong, why couldn't I do this, why couldn't I do that, you'll never move ahead, you'll never progress. And it's okay. It's okay to falter. It's okay to make mistakes. So give yourself that. You are human. You will make mistakes. And forgive yourself. Just learn, pick yourself up, learn, grow, because you need to be better than what you were today. You need to, you don't have to compete with people. You have to compete with yourself. So I try and focus on myself that tomorrow I need to be better than what I was today, and take life as it comes. And people who have to judge you will anyway judge you. So why would you care? When you look at yourself in the mirror, you should be able to look at yourself proudly and say, yes, I have done good and I am impacting lives, I'm impacting people, I'm making a difference. If you can see all of that and your color is clean, then there is no looking back.
Those are very positive thoughts which you have shared with us, Jay. A lot of
That
life
keeps me
lessons
motivated.
right there, I would say. I apologize. There was a disturbance of internet connection there. I think it's again coming.
Is
Ah,
it, am I audible?
yeah, there was a break in internet connection there, just there.
Oh,
So, yeah. So,
is it,
hello, can you
is it
hear?
okay now?
Yeah, yeah, I
Yeah,
can.
I can hear you very well.
Okay, perfect. So I was sharing that you have really shared a lot of positive thoughts and ideas out there. Um, uh, Being a woman in a civil industry is a difficult thing, and you have proved through 19 years of experience how you can carry yourself forward, facing all the judgments of others and still being strong as a lady, as a woman. I think you are a true example of woman empowerment. Uh,
Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you for saying that. Really means a lot coming out from you, Naveena ji.
You're most welcome. Can you give one specific thing which, as an advice, what you would do when a person is trying to judge you or trying to put you down? How do you first, because the first thing which we feel is emotionally we hold back ourselves, right? So, what do you do at that point?
Um, you know what? I can't be with negativity around me. So whether I like the person, I don't like the person, I ensure that I go and talk to that person. I ask that person, is there some problem? Is there something which makes you uncomfortable about me? So I start with that. Uh, I try to, I don't know if there are some differences, but you can do only so much. If that you try, I try. But if that doesn't get ironed out, I let it be. I think, okay, there are other things to take care of. Not every battle is worth fighting for. So I would just leave it at that. But of course, I would try from my end first to start a conversation. बात करने से ही बात बनती है, right? So I don't give up.
That's amazing. Actually, one thing is to have the courage to take what they're saying, digest it, and keep our emotions stable. And it requires a whole different line of courage to go and face the person and ask them, "Hey, do you actually have a problem with me? Let's sit down on the table and have a talk about it." So
Yeah, most of us actually, Navina ji, don't do that. Either our ego or call it whatever, we don't go and talk. It is as simple as that conversation. How much does it take for you to walk into a room, pick up your phone and say, hey, I think, can we talk? Yeah, you can't be, most of the times you can do that. Maybe ek do cases hoga jahan par you're not comfortable, let them go. But then most of the times you can actually make a conversation and iron out things. That has been my experience so far.
that is quite amazing, G. That giving this advice for women out there to make sure that they understand what's going on around them first, taking the critics what they say in a positive way, and trying to iron out the problem because it's not always possible to run away
Yeah,
from the situation, right? That would be the
yeah,
normal response for anybody to avoid the person or
correct.
the situation altogether. But what you're saying is very, very important and uh, holds a lot of knowledge for all the women out there. What do you follow
Like,
on a daily basis to remain so positive? Because I can see from you the way you carry yourself and the energy that you're actually an exuberant and positive lady. So what do you tell yourself or do to be so positive?
um, I don't know. I think I start my day with music. I get up in the morning, I turn on my music, whether it is bhajan or some dance number. So that in itself sets the pace for the day. Okay, you're active. You realize it works on your mind. Good music works on your mind. So I start my day with that. I try and smile at people. I meet somebody in the lift while going down to my car park. I would say hello. And if you greet people, do something as basic as saying hello, greeting people, smiling at people, even if you're standing at a signal, uh, you look around yourself and see somebody in the car or a child selling newspapers, smile at them. So you smile and they smile back. And you don't realize it's a small thing, but it sets your mood going for the day. That smile. So for me, I think I smile a lot most of the time, and that keeps me going. gives
Yeah,
me a
that
lot of
is very
energy.
important. Smiling actually is very important. Not only makes our mood positive, it releases all the problems which we have and the stress we have. It immediately goes out of our body, and it also
Yeah.
helps the other person who's looking at us receiving our smile also become positive. So the whole situation turns into a positive thing.
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
It's beautiful. So, because we're talking about women empowerment here, another question which comes into my mind is, it's very important as a woman when you're working in any industry or any career or profession. When we go forward in life, we need the support not only of our colleagues, mainly of our family members. So, how
Yeah.
is the support of your family members helping you? How do you work it out? How do you do your work life balance?
You can't work if your family member is not supportive. Every day you'll be like racking your brains. How do I handle this? So managing those stakeholders, I call them all stakeholders, my family members. So managing them is the biggest strategy you can come up with. My family is very super supportive. I'm a single mother actually, and I have trained my son such that if he needs me, I'm not around. I can't be around all the time because I'm working. Uh, my cook will take care of him. I mean, he'll call up cook. He calls me up. I ensure that even if I'm in a meeting, I take his calls. So there are these one or two important people in your life whose call you must take. So let's say I'm going on a tour. I'll ask one of my friends. My family doesn't stay here. My dad, they live in Patna and I live in Delhi. So I call up one of my friends. I would tell her, hey, I'm going for a tour. If my son calls you for anything, I'm giving him your number. If he calls you, can you please take care of this? So and then I do the same. When I'm in town and my friend is traveling, I take care of her kids as well. So you see, it's a mutual barter thing that you're doing. You give some, you take some. And there's an ecosystem that you need to build around yourself, which comes for your rescue. And that is how you manage. If my son is going through some emotional bout and he's not comfortable telling me, I'll tell my dad. I don't let him know, but I tell my dad, hey, dad, can you talk to him? Find out what is it. Does he need a man-to-man conversation? So my dad will call him up. So they're like real good buddies, and then he takes care of whatever he's going through in his mind. So we support each other as family. My dad, my brother, sister, my friends, my colleagues, peers, everybody, my house helps. We all help each other. When they need me, I am there. When I need them, they are there. So things are working out pretty good actually. No complaints. Uh,
That's
I
really
also believe,
awesome.
Navina,
Yes.
if sorry, you were saying something. Go ahead, please.
Yes, please go ahead.
No, I just said that, what? I have realized that if you have a positive mindset and if you're willing to help others, trust me, there are so many doors which open. God opens all these doors for you, and you won't even notice, but helps keep pouring in. So that's a blessing. I think it's God watching over you, looking at you.
That's a beautiful
So
way to see that you're opening yourself up to God's blessings. So gratitude, showing gratitude to everything and everybody around you. You're thanking everybody. You're showering everybody with your sweetness and smiles. So I guess the positivity is just coming back to you.
the more you give, the more you receive. So that's how the ecosystem works, I guess.
Before we
Go ahead.
close, I would like to
Mhm.
ask you, what is the advice as a woman working in industry, taking care of home, taking care of everybody around yourself, spreading so much positivity? within your family and to people outside through your voluntary work of dance therapy. What is the advice that you have for our viewers today?
Um, See, I would want to tell them that all of us know it. I don't have to say it. You know it deep within. Just one life. Give it all that you have. Kharch kar do. Exhaust yourself completely. Live each day as it comes. We, we are either living in the past or planning for future so much so that we forget living in the present. So I would say live in the present. Give it your best, whether it is at work, whether it is with family or all the stakeholders around you, people around you. Give them your best. Build on relationships. Nurture. Praise what you have gratitude, be humble. जो पेड़ जितना लदा होता है उतना झुका होता है. So be nice, be kind to people, be humble, and see how good things come to you around you. So that is all I will say. And have faith in yourself. More than anything else, we all look up to people around us. Oh, this person is going to help me. My boss is going to help me. My junior is going to help me. Or my dad, mom, they'll be there to support me. No, they are there with you. But it is you and only you who has to take that first step, who has to make the change, who has to carry the baton, who has to make a difference in your life. So don't forget that. Have faith in yourself is all I will say to my people, all the viewers.
Thank you so much, Shipraji, for joining us today. It has been a pleasure and a blessing to have you with us on this series, sharing your views and ideas with all of us. Thank you once again.
Navina ji, Navina ji, thank you so much. I mean, it was really, really nice talking to you and having this conversation with you. Thank you so much for having me over. This was all mine. Gratitude. Thank you.